Hello everybody and welcome back to Victoria 3, where we are currently winding down this particular game, but we are planning on importing this into Hearts of Iron and proceeding from there. So we're currently working on our Conquest of Borneo. There's a little bit of an uprising over here as well. I'm not too concerned about that. We should have that all handled very, very soon. This uprising will be embarking on its... Well, actually, these guys are fearful. They're probably going to back down. But that's going to take a little bit of time. The actual rebellion over here, they're going to be not very strong. No doubt about that. Lower strata pops becoming more loyalist? Do it. Beautiful. That sounds wonderful. The Japanese shogunate wants us to help them? Hilarious. Not going to do that right now. We've got Borneo problems. And we're thinking about maybe launching some incursions into Europe. I don't know. That's going to be difficult for us to break in through the theoretical possibility of the US and Britain turning against us. That will be complicated for us to beat. We're definitely on par with either of them, but we're not really able to deal with both. So we need to find a way to drive a wedge between them, is the idea. So we'll see what ends up happening with that, or we just need to take enough territory in Hearts of Iron, or, you know, now, where it just doesn't matter. That is the other option. So these guys might back down very, very soon. If they do, that would be wonderful. There's a Dutch flu spreading. That's not necessarily great. Are you guys going to back down? Apparently they're not. Wild. War actually broke out. Okay, well, we're just going to press in over here. No problem. Oh, this guy needs promotion. I should have checked on that. Okay, nitrogen fixation process has been finished, so we need to go through some production methods here. I'm going to promote this guy up high enough so that his organization comes up. Yeah, they're going to be attacking us down over here, but that really doesn't matter. Okay. These fronts should join together pretty soon. In theory, anyway. I expected the fronts to join together there, actually. Wow. So the fronts never joined together, and they actually just pushed us completely out of there. So that's a little bit wild. I guess we'll just go take out this North Borneo front first, since it'll take us some time to get there. We can also send this force, which needs a commander. We can send this force to plan a naval invasion out over here. And we'll do that with our fleet at the Sulusi. Okay, so we'll do something along the lines of that. These guys are going to move around and deal with the uprising while we do our naval invasion up over here. I did not expect them to be able to just kick us out of there like that. That's slightly wild. I expected those fronts to at some point join together. But okay. So we're moving around over here. They're not going to be able to fully push us off of Borneo. We're going to arrive at this front relatively soon. Hopefully we get there in time. If not, this would be kind of wild. We can do another naval invasion. It's not a problem. It would just be slightly insane. And of course, the reason that they were able to do that without us attacking was because we didn't have the organization, which was my own fault. 100%. That was my own fault. So we're going to launch some battles out over here and get that done. We're definitely going to take over this uprising. That should create a front out over here as well. And this isn't a problem. But it could have been. But it isn't. We'll take lower strata pops again. That seems fine. Wonderful. So we've got about 6 years left. A little bit under 6 years. And that's absolutely okay. We are, of course, launching this attack up over here, which I think we succeeded. I'm fairly certain that we did. Although we maybe didn't launch the attack with this organization level, we may have successfully defended. That's an attack. Easy. Okay. As expected, that is incredibly easy. So I don't think that we are currently launching any actual naval attacks over here, but we don't need to. We just need to pressure them a little bit, and we'll just sweep down this direction. No problem whatsoever here. We've got this under control. Next up, I would like to attack Prussia over here. This will be a slightly larger war because we're going to have to fight them on this front as well. I'm thinking about how strong they currently are, which is not very. But all we're really interested in is Prussian North Borneo. We don't need to push in beyond over here, although maybe we can get away with it. We're 15.1 infamy right now. We'll see what the options are there. But for now, we just want to crush this rebellion, and these guys are currently traveling to the Indonesia HQ. No, head down to this front, which just broke out. Okay, so that'll be reasonably fine. We'll head down there. And eventually we'll get that taken care of. They're attacking up over here, but I'm not sure that that really does anything. We made our way to the railroad, and we made it to this front in time. So we can launch an attack here, and this will be no problem whatsoever. We've got that under control. Borneo is nearly on lockdown here. We are very, very close. Keep in mind, these two are our vassals, and that is wonderful. We'll take production research speed, I guess. That seems okay. We're currently working on automatic machine guns, which is neither production or society, so that's, you know, mildly awkward. But it's fine. So we have some market access issues. Electricity shortages and transportation shortages as well. Infrastructure issue here. This should be subsidized. And I'm also going to expand this railway a little bit. An electricity shortage. This should be expanded. Okay, that seems fine. Market access is, of course, a bit of an issue, but I'm not super concerned about it at this moment. We're just going to get this dealt with over in Sambas. That will be under our control incredibly soon. So no problem whatsoever there. And we're actually winning the war here as well, which is mildly remarkable. But we'll get that under our control very shortly, and this will be done. There was apparently a brief naval invasion there, but it looks like these guys have finished up their setup here. So that's good. I want to deploy these over to this sea node. Okay. Looks solid. So we're going to want to fight Prussia, but we need to let these wars end first, right? That's mission number 1. Interesting that this is occupied by Bolungen. They're our allies. I would have expected them to be freed, but okay, whatever. So checking in here to see if we can reduce their autonomy yet. The answer is no. Great Britain sided with Belgium. Okay, that's noted. The Prussia war is going to be a little bit more scary, right? We'll see what ends up happening with that. We don't want to push it too hard, for sure. Nobody really seems to mind that we're taking over Borneo. Nobody cares about that. But taking over territory in Europe? People care about that. So Sambas has capitulated. That is perfect. They are now our protectorate, and I want to be improving relations with them. So improve relations here. Oil has been discovered in Fars. I want to check in. Can we get more oil rigs queued up? Yes, I'm going to do that at the bottom of the list. Beautiful. So this uprising will be done very, very shortly. We, of course, want to just crush that, and they're not willing to accept this at this point. They have 46 reasons not to, but they'll get over those reasons. They now have 36 reasons not to. So it looks like about a month until they're ready to give up on that particular war. Sounds good. Transportation shortage in Ob. We can definitely do something about that, like subsidizing this railway. That seems okay. So we'll do that for now. And we're building oil rigs in Ob, which is probably why that problem is occurring. I'm not too upset about that right now. We're definitely seeing our population grow reasonably well. I would love to have us be on, like, public health insurance or something like that, but, you know, we kind of can't for now. But overall, I'm pretty happy with our current situation. Okay, the Dutch flu is continuing to spread. And that is in our journal now. Okay, so Yukon Territory and Alaska. Noted. So what I want to do right now is I want to remove our agricultural industry decrees that we had to put in for the silk epidemic. We'll get rid of all of those. And I want to do... Would it be emergency relief? What would it need to be for this? There's just not much we can do about it, I guess. It's in Yukon and Alaska, so hopefully it doesn't spread across the Pacific. We'll see what ends up happening with that, I suppose. So this uprising is going to end soon, at which point we'll be able to attack Prussia, which is the idea. Okay, so this is fine. The Dutch flu has now spread in null_state. Oh, okay. That is in a state that does not actually exist? Yeah, it's not here. Okay, sure. That seems fine. The US is up to neutral now. Are they still rivaling us? They are. Okay, that is noted. And these guys should give up fairly soon. Yeah, we'll just propose this peace deal. There we go. And actually, that is wonderful. Yeah, that seems good. So at this point, what I want to do is I want to reset production methods out over here in North Borneo. That seems fine. And I want to attack Prussia. So I want to do a return state CB here. They have an 8% chance of acceptance. I don't think that's all that likely. But we can definitely confirm this. And yeah, they declined. I'm not surprised about that one. I'm going to mobilize these guys, and we're going to deploy them to this front up in the north. And I'm going to mobilize these guys and deploy them to this front out over here. Now, we are going to need to mobilize at least one army out over here. I'm going to promote this guy up so that he has enough command limit. There we go. We're going to mobilize this army and send it out over here. I'm going to mobilize this second force as well, and we're going to send that over here. We're going to be running a deficit for a little bit here. That is understood. Now, the question is anyone actually going to join Prussia here? Probably not. And do we want to add any additional war goals? The Mazido Kingdom. New South Wales would be an interesting thing to transfer over. That would be all of this territory. Where is the Mazido Kingdom, though? Mosquito Kingdom. Oh. We don't have much interest in this out over here. Okay, Brunswick, Württemberg, we're probably not interested in either. New South Wales would be kind of interesting. That would definitely give us some control over the Pacific. It'd be 21.7 infamy, which is a lot of infamy. War reparations is pretty obvious to toss in, right? No doubt about that. What else would we be interested in? Well, we could theoretically think about liberating one of these countries. Alternatively, we could conquer a state like East Prussia. How much would that cost? 32.4 infamy. Okay, yeah, that's a lot of infamy, and we're probably not going to do that. So I think what we do is we take New South Wales. Our infamy is currently 17.8. We're going to wait on that. Well, actually, maybe we don't. 21.7. Currently 17.7. No, I think we do wait on it. The question is, what if they back down? And I guess we'll see what happens with that. Okay, so basically their entire army is on this front. That's reasonably fine. They have, like, nothing out over here. Yes, we are quite negative financially. That is understood. We can always throw more forces at this front if we need to. I currently do not believe that we need to. So that'll be okay. I'm going to let this continue to escalate. They are currently worried. They want to transfer Lithuania. Okay. If Britain joined on their side, that would be problematic. Britain wants the Sikh Empire. Wait. Our Sikh Empire. No, we're not going to do that, Britain. Get out of here. That's not going to be a thing. So we're going to let this escalate up until 79. I want to let our infamy drop as much as possible. The Dutch flu is continuing to spread. And it spread into eastern Afghanistan. Okay, that's a weird place for it to go, but whatever. Alaska to eastern Afghanistan. Wild. So they're currently worried, and we're just going to let this continue to escalate. Now, we're not too concerned about this front. We do have numbers on them and a slight advantage here. That would be absolutely fine if we were able to push in, but we don't care about it that much. What we really want is to take this territory out over here and then move these guys over. That would be the idea. So we'll let that happen. I want to let this escalation make its way up to 79, and we can let our infamy drop as much as possible before we do this. But our infamy is going to go up a bit from this. Scheming suspicions, huh? Their concerns are unfounded. Okay, so we need to let this tick forward for about another week. 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79. This is when we have to do it, if we're going to do it. So, we're at 16.6 infamy. It's going to be a fair amount of infamy to do this, but I'm going to do it anyway. And we're going to take New South Wales at 21.6 infamy. That is going to make people sad, and we'll see if anybody joins in. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. We're good. Nobody joined. Beautiful. So that is phenomenal. We, of course, are going to need to let our infamy drop. 38.2 is a lot of infamy at this moment. I mean, it's not over 50, so that's good. But we're going to need to take New South Wales. That is going to mean we're going to want to launch a naval invasion down over here. Which is fine. We can absolutely do that. A monument to the Tsar, huh? Nah, we don't need that. Okay, what are these guys set to? Attack? Sounds good. That should be absolutely okay. I'm not too concerned about that. They have brought some forces in over here, and war with Prussia has now broken out. So we should immediately begin some attacks over here. These guys are going to push in directly from the north. And eventually that front will... Okay, we're pushing in there successfully. Eventually that front will combine. We're pushing in here successfully as well. That's a really surprising thing, considering the offense versus defense. Beautiful. I'm very pleased about this. That's looking really good. The Dutch flu is continuing to spread, and we do have this battle up over here that Lithuania is winning. So this is looking good on this front. Very, very good indeed. And this is in Khiva. Okay, yeah, the Dutch flu is going to continue to be a thing and ravage our nation for a bit here. These guys are, in theory, pressing in. Emphasis on in theory, but we're going to need to get this all taken care of relatively quickly. Again, we can always mobilize an additional army and send them over here if we believe it necessary. I currently do not believe it necessary. We are winning this defensive action and winning this offensive action. So for now, that looks good. Beautiful. So we're pressing into Prussia here. Automatic machine guns were just unlocked. So artillery foundry, recoil mechanisms, but also machine gunners. So that'll be great. Let's hop in and get our artillery foundry set over to recoil mechanisms. We're going to do that. Yes, that could create some problems. That is understood. And machine gunners as a mobilization option. So support equipment here? Yeah, absolutely. Also, motorized reconnaissance here. That would be great. And also field hospitals and also truck transport. Cool. So support equipment for all of these. Beautiful. And that's going to give us +5 offense and +5 defense for all units in that army. Okay, we're going to lose some organization because of that, but that's okay. So we lost this attack. And we're winning this defense. Cool. But as that organization recovers, we should be reasonably fine there. We have no active research right now. Maybe war propaganda or... Let's see, sea lane strategies is being done right now. We could go down to stormtroopers. That would be reasonably okay. We'll do that for the moment. And how are our battles going out over here? Okay, the answer is we have that almost entirely occupied. So that's looking good. This front is the questionable one, and that was always going to be the concern. But I think overall, yeah, I'm not surprised that we're winning these, or rather losing these. I was surprised that we won that first one, to be clear. But this is fine. I don't mind it. We could send additional forces in. I don't feel like that's the way to go right now. I want to get this front wrapped up, and that should be wrapped up very, very shortly here. These guys, I want to plan a naval invasion down in Northern Territory. So we're going to come on down over here and start up a naval invasion there. Beautiful. So Prussia is going to be interested in exiting this war reasonably soon. We're going to do something like this. Of course, they have 600 reasons to not support this right now. But that seems reasonably fine. We're going to control North Borneo fairly soon, but we don't control New South Wales right now. And of course, we're going to need to do that. So that's reasonably fine. These guys, where are they going? They're going to this front. Honestly, I kind of want them to join in down over here. So, actually, I'm just thinking about how I want this to go. For now, I'm going to station them back over here. Get them turned around and moving back. If we can get a beachhead established down here, that would be great. I'm willing to bet this force is not really going to establish a beachhead. That said, we're currently seeing no one on the defense here. So there is that. The Dutch flu is spreading. Yeah, that seems fine. Okay. How's this front going? We're at 32. And we are pushing in over here. We're winning this attack. That looks good. Making solid progress there. And New South Wales is 1,094. Yeah, I mean, they've got 27 units, though. So we may or may not be able to actually get this done. Waiting for invading army to recover organization. Okay, they're going to have their organization recovered fairly soon. These guys are being held in reserve. We'll move them in if need be, but their organization will continue to head up. Looks good there. This battle out over here, we are easily winning. So that's fantastic. The Dutch flu is continuing to spread, which is, of course, not ideal. Not ideal at all. How's our organization here? 91? Okay, we have no landing progress at this time. But they should be launching quite soon. We're at 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, and 100 organization. Okay, now we're launching an attack here against no one at all. And another one against no one at all. And another one against no one at all. So now I want to bring this force over. And we'll do that. So that gets us New South Wales, in theory, under our control. They cannot be dropped below 0 yet. We need to have all of this territory taken. And that'll be the state of New South Wales. There are also some areas up over here that can be navally invaded. We'll see if we want to end up doing that. Checking in down over here, we are continuing to push in. Looks like we have some occupation out over here. So that looks good. Prussia is not enjoying this, and we have a lot of armies that we could commit to this, that we're choosing not to commit. So that seems really, really good. We have a transportation shortage here. Okay, we can definitely expand that. And insufficient construction for investment pool. Okay, so we can definitely expand our constructions as well. Yeah, that's necessary. So I'm going to do this at the top of the queue, and I'm going to do this plus 25. Which is maybe too much. But we're going to do that. I do want to move this railway up to the top of the queue, and then we'll just get that all completed. Beautiful. But I want to be doing a lot of work on that investment queue. So that'll be fun. Okay, more grand exhibition points, and the Dutch flu is continuing to spread. Which is, you know, not necessarily ideal. What are these guys doing? Are they're at the front? Interesting. I'm going to tell them to begin a naval invasion out over here with this fleet. Okay. These guys are at this front and should be attacking here. Yes, they are, in theory. Okay, yep, perfect. So that looks fine. Can we drop them below 0 yet? No, because we don't control New South Wales. We will very, very soon. These guys are regenerating their organization, and that seems fine. Checking in on the front up over here, occupation is continuing. And we're definitely pushing in the Prussians. So that looks solid. We'll have New South Wales under our control very, very soon here. Our organization is high enough at this point to launch attacks. So that seems good. And we have absolutely no contestation over here. So that's absolutely wonderful. No problem whatsoever there. The US is siding with Belgium. That's not a concern for us, of course. There's a naval invasion, apparently. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, they're now able to drop below 0, and that looks great. They're at minus 17. They have 9 reasons to not accept this, and that might change on this next tick. 3 reasons? Okay, next tick then. 1 reason. There we go. We'll propose that peace deal. They'll accept it. And beautiful. We also just got investment banks. So New South Wales is under our control. We should probably be improving relations with them, but we can't do that right now. Okay, so I'm going to stop improving relations with Kutai. That's high enough for now. And we're going to improve relations with New South Wales, which apparently we still don't have enough to do that. Why is that so expensive? 187.5? Interesting. Maybe because of the distance. But that is certainly very, very interesting. So that's great. Next up, we would attack the Dutch East Indies down here. Now, you can see we're at minus 284k. That is because of that construction, right? We just expanded our construction tremendously. And actually, we can bump up our naval base here. We just expanded our construction tremendously, although our investment pool is still positive here. Interesting. We'll have to check into why we're so negative in the next episode. We can also establish a new company. Oh, this is why. Look at that market access. Okay, we'll need to work on that. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings. And I believe that next episode will probably be the penultimate episode. I think we're going to have 2 more episodes beyond here, but we'll see. And a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Shadow Wolf, Kentogan, Ali Lee, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Soccerman12 UK, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.